Good morning, fellow option traders. Welcome to the daily scan for Friday, June 27th, 2014. Okay, yesterday jobless claims, kind of in line, maybe a little bit higher than they expected, and personal income and outlays also more or less in line, and that was it for yesterday for the biggies. Today we have consumer sentiment. That should be interesting for sure. Okay, let's see. Futures across the pond, Asia mostly bearish. Mostly, I would say, and even bullish ones are a little weak. And in Europe, across the board, bullish. And that is what I'm hoping for here for us. And I'll tell you the reason why here in a second. We're looking to possibly open down a tad. Gold is down. It's down to $13.15, $1.40 overnight, and oil at 105.84. Flat, effectively, so far. Okay, here's why I am hoping for a nice bullish move today. And we're still, I did talk to TD Ameritrade about the Greeks, and they said, yeah, they know about it. They're hoping to get the fix in this weekend. But there is a way to fix it temporarily, and eventually it gets corrupted and you stop getting the data across the board. But I didn't fix it. I didn't fix it for this video. You have to delete your graphical user interface or GUI file, and then restart it, and then they come back, and then over a period of time they start to disappear. So I don't know if that file gets corrupted or something for some reason, but anyway, I am anyway, mostly delta positive, so I'm hoping for a nice bullish move today. TLT is doing just fine, even though usually a bullish trade on TLT means you're bearish on the market. It's doing pretty good right now. So here's the biggie right here is Netflix. That expires today. Amazon expires, that's a 20 delta, 20 delta. NDX 20 delta. Netflix, that's a 50 delta that expires today. Priceline 20 delta, and Russell a 20 delta, and TLT of course is also a 20 delta. I think there's a way to expand all these. Yeah, okay. I could have just clicked there and we could be able to see roughly when our expirations are. Okay, we're not getting data on Netflix, or at least it's not displaying it. We might be getting it, but it's not displaying it, is what my guess is. Alright, alright, what did I do? There we go. Wow. Here. Okay, I think that's the way I want to see it. All right. Did I do anything yesterday? No, I did not. I had a couple of orders that I put in. I believe one was on Costco. I think that's the only one. Alert on 3M did not go off, I don't believe. NDX3, no, it did not go off, so we'll probably be shutting that one off. I put an order in on Costco, and it continued its downward move and never came back enough to give me an entry at my price. So sometimes it works out that way, and I think that hopefully it works out for the best. I don't know, we'll find out. Alright, let's whip through the A+ list. Oops. Let's see, this is our old chart layout. We could take a look at that occasionally if we wanted to. and the new chart layout. Okay, Apple. What do we got going here? Apple is moving smartly upward, contrary to yesterday's market. A little hesitant on this one. Yeah, and I didn't go through my anything at 3:30 yesterday. I was in the middle of a project. The alert went off. I briefly took a little peek, but I didn't really seriously sit down and look at things. This would have been a nice overnight trade. I'm not sure exactly when this move happened, and we might get a better picture here. Yes, right at 3:30. And it's going to continue its march up today. So we're looking at, well, this is not a 50 delta trade. I'm not doing a Friday 50 delta trade. And I don't know about even a 20 delta on this. Let's take a look at what we might be able to do. 20 delta, let's look at the second Friday in July. We still got these goofy prices here. 20 delta, 20 delta, 20 delta. Here we have our delta column. We're looking for a 20. Looks like we have to 88. That's too low. We have to go with the 89. And the 89 would be right here. Let's look on this other chart. 88, 89. I don't know. I just don't know. That's a little risky to put that much at risk, because if we were to do something at 89 and we picked 88 as our long side, we'd get 21 cents. Now that is risk 5, reward 1. So we get $21 and we're risking 80. That's really like 4 to 1 if you were to count the credit, but I usually don't count the credit when I'm looking at these. So I'm saying, well, let's see, I get 21 cents and I'm risking $1 because that's what the spread is. So I call that a 5 to 1. No, I just don't feel comfortable about that. And that means that I would have to stay in probably a week, even though expiration is over here. I would have to stay in at least for next week. And I'd have to actually exit next week on Thursday. We need to zoom in here a tad. Yeah. This week is short, or next week is short because Friday is a holiday. So I would actually have to exit Thursday. So if we did that, let's move the date up to Thursday and see where we might be. Right here. Okay, we might make $5 off of that if Apple doesn't move. If it moves to 92, we can move this to 92. Let's say we make $15. Well, yeah, or yeah, $15. It's not worth it to me. So let's take a pass on that. Just giving you an example of a possible trade. Let's go to this chart and swing this out over here, and let's take a look at 2 weeks here. Okay. And this one, are we seeing? No, we're not seeing weeks here either. Oops, we lost our news. There. GoPro. Yeah, I'd like to get one of those cameras, but they're so blooming expensive. Man. Anyway, where was I? Okay, let's get back to business here. So nothing on Apple, really. Amazon, we're in. Must not be getting beta on Amazon. Thank you, Amazon, for just not doing anything. Thank you very much. Do we have anything? Yeah, I might be able to slap a condor on this if we get a hook down. Let's go back to our other chart. Yeah, okay. If we get a hook down, we could put a condor on this. And we're looking pretty good even from a weekly perspective. This continues to fascinate me. It's just sometime when I have enough time to actually day trade, or to get back to it, which would be probably after the grandkids go back to school. So I got the whole winter to day trade. Oh boy, I'm really excited about that. Then you'll be seeing a video from me on that. Okay, but we're going to have to wait until fall for that, or at least the end of August. Okay, Baidu. Do we have anything going with Baidu? We are definitely in an uptrend on Baidu. We missed an opportunity. Talked about that. Now we have to wait for the next one. So let's just move this one over. And let's get rid of this one. That one already paid off. Congratulations to us. I was going to leave these on there just so I could pat myself on the back or see my mistakes and stuff. I'm always changing my mind about that. So nothing with Baidu right now. Celgene, nothing there. Chipotle, we're in Chipotle. It's playing out nicely. We're hoping. Yesterday actually started out poorly and ended pretty nice. So we're doing okay with that, I think. Nothing new happening there. Costco, this is my order. I think I had it in at 21 cents. And, and it didn't work out. So, I needed this price to come back just up a tad bit more to get that 21 cent premium, and it wouldn't give it to me. So all these drawings, all fine and dandy. I'm going to delete them all here. Okay. And we'll start over fresh with Costco. So what are we seeing here? We are seeing a uptrend, but we're flat here, very flat on the weeklies, and pretty darn flat on the daily as well for right now. So really no direction on Costco at this time. We could, I believe my personal feeling is I missed this entry. Well, at least it wouldn't give me my price. So I didn't really miss the entry. I tried. But this is a definitely 20 delta territory when it's doing stuff like this. Alright, CVX. Whoa, there's quite a dip here in CVX, but a recovery during the day. Okay, we were in setup mode here, and we didn't get confirmation. So we're back, we're still in setup mode. And since it's a Friday, if we were to trade this today, it would be a 20 delta or maybe a little bit higher. Okay, let's take a look at the Dow. Alright, it did recover pretty well yesterday after the open. I think that, I don't know, I don't think the unemployment report did this to the market. Something else did it, and I'm not really sure exactly what. I didn't listen to any of the pundits yesterday to find out what the word on the street was. So I really don't know. But it recovered nicely. Alright, gold. Alright, so we're still right around our current cost basis, and we're looking for a little boost above there. I would like to see something at 128. I think I'm going to put an alert on it. And the reason why I'm putting an alert on it is so I can go take a look at doing selling that call. I'm going to take a look at that. Okay, Google. Opened really high yesterday and then did a kind of a big pullback and then just kind of wallowed around in the mud the rest of the day. A lot of activity at the open here. Nothing going right now though. I don't think that I would really. Let's take a look at the other chart, see what anything happened overnight. Nope. Google's not really very heavily traded overnight. So there's nothing going on there. LinkedIn, maybe we'll just take today off. All right, LinkedIn, we're not even getting an entry here for a 20 delta. It's just, this is strange. Not very often that you see this type of activity on the stochastic. It can't make up its mind. Oh well. So, obviously, nothing there. 3M. We had our alert set up here. We're going to cancel that alert. We are no longer interested in this for a 20 delta, even though we got our hook up. We did not get the price movement here that we needed. So, it's kind of three key things. Stochastic and MACD both flipping. And the stochastic from under 20 is ideal, which we have all of that here. But the third, very important criteria is price movement, and we just didn't get it. So that's that. Okay, so nothing going on that. NDX. Okay, we're still okay with NDX. We have our alert set here, our panic alert. So we're just going to see if we can collect some data today on that. Netflix. Netflix, we need some sort of movement here. Anything going on overnight? Well, we have one peg here this morning, which is basically the same as what happened after the market. So nothing exciting at the moment with Netflix. So keep an eye on it this morning. Priceline. Priceline. Okay, we have a 20 delta sitting out here. It's doing fine. Collect some data on that. Russell. We get some stuff going on with the Russell too. Check that. Apparently we're not getting any data on the Russell either. This is a good sign though, at least from a stochastic perspective, that we hooked up. So hopefully we can collect some data on the Russell, and then these SPX trades never did happen. And we didn't get our confirmation here, so we just took a pass on it. Yeah, we were looking for green, nothing going. Don't necessarily on a 20 delta need the price movement. Would be nice, but I do like to have green down here, and we didn't get it. TLT currently in and doing fine there. Thank you, TLT. Tesla. Overnight, not much going on there. Take a look at the other chart, weekly wise, doing pretty good. Daily, doing pretty good. This could be a 20 delta entry here. Did we get down to? We got down to 51.8 on the stochastic. I tried to get this other line here. I think I would have to do some coding to be able to do this. So I might want to take a look at it. I wanted to get the 50% line in here, just for easy visual reference. So nothing for Tesla, I should say, for today. And last but not least is Visa. Visa, we're looking for a bear call. Alright, we have our target set here. Let me elongate that a little bit. Oops. There's that finger again. Alright, let's try this again. And move this over. There. So our 50 delta should come down to this 50% line here. We're not seeing an entry at this time for Visa. May happen today though. May want to jump in on Visa. It's not a big heavy after hours trader. I'm going to put them on a 20 delta list for today. Just in case they have a bad day, I think it would be a good time to get in. Alright, weekend, nice summer weekend prior to the 4th of July holiday here in the U.S. So I hope everybody has a great weekend. Thank you very much for watching, and above all, happy trading.